now it's R.I.P. because it's over and you're dead to me. You just a memory that I can't break, but I can't shake the ghost that you left behind here.
Come on, baby. What are we getting? Hey, welcome back, guys. This is the video we've all been waiting for. We're going to wrap up our last two skills, max the account, and finally get back to some PVM content, starting with the new raid, Tombs of a Mascot. This has been an epic challenge for me, and even though I just started making videos, I hope you enjoy the journey that is to come, because when one adventure comes to an end, there's always another lurking right around the corner. Hey, wait a minute. What's that I'm wearing? Well, you'll just have to wait and see. First, we have to gather a few more secondaries for Herbalore, so I'm off to kill some Spidines. Basically, you just grab 14 raw sardines and 14 red spider's eggs and bring them to the Tower of Life. I was using Fairy Ring DJP to teleport right next to the tower, and I would wear my construction cape to teleport back to my house when I was finished. Once you climb down the ladder, you go to the southeastern altar. You click on it, go through the dialogue, and a sardine with spider's legs appears. You kill it, and it gives you noted red spider's eggs. The wiki said you can get upwards of 900 red spider's eggs an hour doing this method. I only needed to get around 500, so it didn't take too long. If you're wondering why I need these, they are used as a secondary to make super restores. One trip in my gear took me a little more than 5 minutes, and I received 65 noted red spider's eggs. I recently started collecting Mortmire fungus in a new spot. You use the Draken's Medallion to teleport to Verse in Haza, which is this castle, and then run a little bit north to a 4-log spot along the river. Mortmire fungus are the last secondaries I need. They are combined with unfinished Avanto potions to make super energies. I was wearing the crafting cape, the bank, and wearing the construction cape for when I needed to teleport to my POH and restore my prayer. As you can see, sometimes when you're standing right in the middle and you cast Bloom, sometimes all 4 logs have mushrooms that spawn on them, which makes this pretty fast. And here it is, a major milestone for any Ironman account. This one took a while. 99 Herbalore. Let's go. This only leaves one skill to go until we achieve that max cape. In the last video, I showed a prayer training method that involved using the Fossil Island mycelium pool, and it required the use of calcite and pyrophosphate. I ran out and I found this method of getting more, and I thought I would share it with you guys. You go to the volcanic mine on Fossil Island and bring a few stamina potions, prayer potions, and a little bit of food. You have to pay the guy with Numalite to enter, then once you're in, you run to the edge here and wait for the timer to start the minigame. Once it starts, you run and pick up this rock, and then you run to the northern edge and use the heat-proof vessel that's in your inventory to cross. One thing to note is you have to be directly facing the path you want to take for it to work. Like, I just take a step back here, then move forward, and now I can use it, and now I can cross. Then you run north and cross this little path and inspect the volcanic vent at the end of this path. Then you're going to want to run back and inspect the other volcanic vent to the east over here. Now you run back and pick up another rock from the same spawn that you picked it up from originally. If this monster is attacking you like it is me here, then you can just pray range. So use the rock and you block this volcanic chamber and then mine the blocked chamber. And then you just take another rock and place it here again and then mine it one more time, and you should have a little over 400 points after that. And then you just run right back up and restart. You can spend the points on the 2 materials that you need for prayer training, and it's a really fast way of getting them. I have never been in this mine, so I just thought it would just be a cool thing to share if any other Ironmen need to get these 2 supplies. Also in the last video, I found out that you could use a Vorkath head as an ensouled head and actually get more prayer XP than if you used it on the Dark Altar. So here I went ahead and tried it while I was using up some more ensouled heads. So sure enough, 1560 prayer XP. That's more than you would get from sacrificing it on the Dark Altar. I knew I should have took his bones instead of just... Oh, here he is. All right, boys, we're doing it. We're doing it right now. Hopefully not a 0. Ooh. Hey. 99 in every skill. Look at that. Damn. Dude. Long time coming. That feels good. Yes, I will spend the 2.3 mil and buy myself the max cape. Well, we made it, boys. After countless years of playing RuneScape, we've achieved a goal that few can say they have. So let's put it on and let's see the emote. Look at that. Now we can finally start playing the game. I ended up buying 2 more max capes and combining them with Ava's assembler and the fire cape for now. One thing I didn't realize was that the combined capes don't have the same perks as the max cape. They are purely cosmetic, but totally worth it because they look freaking awesome. After maxing, I hopped right into the new raids 3. I sent 5 entry modes to try and learn the raid, and they went fairly well since I'd been watching and learning from other streamers while I was finishing my maxing grind. I spent the better part of a day learning normal mode with invocations set to 150, did a couple solos and a couple duos before we decided to experiment with some other invocations and try and get a slightly higher loot potential. My partner and I settled out right around raid level 200 as kind of our sweet spot. This room was definitely the most annoying puzzle room for us since it felt like it just dragged on forever. You just kill monkeys and fix pillars and pour stuff down the drains for like 5 minutes or so. You can bring blood and ice barrage to make this room a lot better. We would use ice barrage to freeze the monkeys that spread the poison across the floor, and then use blood barrage on the thralls, the shaman spawns, just to save ourselves from using extra brews. This boss was slightly annoying sometimes when he does his boulder attack where he rolls the boulders down the hill, but we got used to it after a while. And we basically maxed out this guy by turning all his invocations on because they really aren't that bad, and if we had a bad run at this guy, he was the first boss we started with, so we could just restart the raid. I'll tell you though, sometimes the Mind the Gap invocation could be really annoying because if you get knocked back into the pit at the bottom of the room, it would instantly kill you instead of just damaging you a little. We also weren't using the blowpipe because we found it easier to use the Bofa. Not only is the range on the Bofa long and you don't get dragged into the boulders, but it also will one-hit the boulders in duos, so you don't have to depend on your partner hitting them. You can also get off a cheeky shot on the boss during the rolling boulders as well, but I don't know, it just felt easier. Next up is the Zabak puzzle room, and this is one of the easier rooms we thought. You just fill the watering can up at the water pools and then feed the plant in the middle of the room. There's not too much to say here. We just dodged the obstacles and froze the lizard with ice barrage so we didn't eat the plant. This next boss is probably one of my favorites. We put on all the invocations except for the large poison area one, and he didn't seem too bad. The one mechanic that still gets us sometimes is the one where he throws out some rocks and poison, and you have to roll the little water balls and break them near or against the rocks to clear the area. Because then he does this big roar, and you basically need to hide behind the rocks or else you're gonna die. The supplies you get are pretty nice. We would usually select power first and then life after killing the next 2 bosses. This gave us smelling salts, which are basically overloads, enough for the rest of the bosses, and then enough supplies and a couple of ambrosias for the last phase of the warden. The ambrosias heal you instantly to like 125 HP and 123 prayer points, so it's nice to have for when it gets chaotic. In this case I chose Chaos just because my partner's a main and he needed a few more brews. This puzzle is also pretty easy after doing it a few times, but watch out for the black balls in the beam because they hurt, and something about taking easily avoidable damage just seems to trigger you a little bit. You can also store your pickaxe with the statues in here and get it for additional rage, which allows you an additional inventory slot as well. We tried buffing this boss, but it just went awful, so we decided to leave him untouched so that it was pretty chill when we got here. The last phase where he spawns the orbs is kinda chaotic and annoying, but we just stayed high on HP and kinda brute forced it. This puzzle room took a little effort to learn, but really isn't bad after a few go-arounds. The Simon Says puzzle makes me feel brain dead while the little scarab pounds away at me though. Kefri is one of the easier bosses in my opinion. I think we are only missing one invocation here that we hadn't tried, but dodging the bombs with the increased radius isn't bad. The mage and range melee bugs she spawns can do some damage, so we really try and get those down fast, but as long as you don't box yourself in with the poop she throws out, it's really not too bad. The last boss is absolutely epic. Everything about this fight is fun. We are still experimenting with the best ways to handle the different phases, so you might see us do stuff here a little different than you're used to seeing. We had the spec drains by 100% invocation on here, so we actually didn't use many specs in this fight like you see a lot of other people doing. But that's what it's about, right? Just trying out different methods and seeing what works for you. The first 2 phases take a while when you're not speccing it seems, but we had so much supplies that it really didn't matter, and we would just rather have the increased loot potential by adding the 15 points for that invocation. And I'm sure there are other ways to improve our speed as well. We're just figuring it out as we go. This phase is honestly super fun, especially when it gets down to the part where the floor starts disappearing. Your heart rate definitely goes through the roof, and you're just super focused and hoping to see a purple when you beat it. Let's walk her home. Oh, that light's f***ing purple, dude. I'm gonna shit my pants. Come on, boys. Oh! Dude! Dude. Dude, it's purple. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. Are you ready? If this is the staff, dude, I'm gonna freak out, man. Oh my god, let's see what it is. Are you watching? Dude. Dude. Oh my god. Come on, baby. What are we getting? Oh my god, let's go! Dude, let's go, bro. And the thread, dude. Holy. Oh my god, dude. Look at this. Oh my god, dude. Dude, I can't even breathe. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. We got the Fang. It was on a solo at 5kc, and honestly that was probably one of the best drops we could have gotten because it is so good in most places where you melee in TOA. I was using a Dragon Hunter Lance before, and the Fang is leaps and bounds better here. Going forth, I plan on doing a lot more PVM, so expect to see that in the next video. I suppose this will wrap up the maxing series, as it was supposed to be a mini-series anyways. I'm not sure what we're going to call the next series, or if it'll be a series at all, but let me know if you guys have any ideas. Thank you all so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and come hang out over on Twitch. I'll be there if I'm not editing.